Hey guys, my name is Dina Marie Rodriguez and I am a full-time hand lettering artist and illustrator living in Portland, Oregon. And I've decided to create a vlog on my life as an illustrator and just to show you the hardships, the amazingness, the good and the bad, and the in-between of what it's like to try to make money from your passion, especially if it's drawing. So the first big project I got to work on was for my friend. I guess we're friends. We talk on the internet. We're friends. Lauren Holm. She's an amazing hand lettering artist and teacher. She started teaching a lot this year, which is really cool. And she started a blog called Peen Cuisine. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's recipes, delicious food in the shape of dicks. I mean, I like food. I like dicks. Seems like a good combo to me. So she reached out, she created this post on Instagram asking for people to collaborate with her. I think she must have picked like 20 or 30 or maybe even more other artists, especially lettering artists, to help kind of create a commission piece to help with the launch of this blog, which was really cool. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do that, which was really smart. You're super smart, Lauren. I hope you know that. So the beginning of my process creating this piece was doing some thumbnails. At first, I wanted to create a full-on illustration, maybe illustrate some, inappropriate emojis in there, like the eggplant, the peach, the... if you know what I mean. And then I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll do vegetables or fruits that look like dicks, and I was kind of going back and forth. Should I make this type-centric? Should I try to be funny with this piece? And I showed a bunch of concepts and actually sent a video over Instagram stories to Lauren. She picked out her favorite. But unfortunately, I kind of waited to the last minute to finish this piece. I really burnt myself out from, I guess, just vlogging and blogging and releasing products and doing all the things. And I kind of got a little exhausted. But probably my favorite thing about this project was the fact that I drew it all from my head. Now, this is something that I usually don't do. Usually there's a little bit of inspiration discovery, like looking at Pinterest or Instagram, even if it's just for 10 minutes or a minute or 2 minutes, because I'm one of those people who actively saves and creates collections on Instagram based on like colors I liked or typography samples that are cool. But I was just kind of chilling in the living room, had my iPad. I started doing the sketch in Procreate, which is a program that I still haven't gotten super comfortable with so far. I've been always the kind of artist that uses something called AstroPad so I can screen mirror Photoshop to my iPad. But Procreate's cool too, because that way I don't have to worry about connecting to my computer. I can just draw anywhere I want. But it's still a little complicated for me, and I haven't quite grasped it yet. So after I got like the basic sketch done in Procreate, I went ahead, brought it in to Photoshop at my main computer, and I started to do some photo manipulation because I quickly realized that I was going ahead and drawing on top of a photo, which I don't think anyone else did out of all the collaborations I saw for Lauren's project. And all of the cake pops were actually in the way and being covered by the lettering, so I decided to lasso tool out all of those suckers and make more room for my lettering, and it turned out really cool. And I kind of surprised myself at how good the photo manipulation. But yeah, so I went ahead and I posted it, and I definitely recommend you guys check out the hashtag Peen Cuisine to see all of the beautiful illustrations that a bunch of really cool illustrators made. So I created 2 extra projects in the past 2 weeks just because I really want to go ahead and take the opportunity to go back in time in my sketchbook and recreate maybe ideas or past drawings that I've done before to maybe create a more pleasing, more consistent aesthetic within my Instagram grid. Because one thing that I've been really fucking obsessed with lately is color, and it's always been something that I've been really afraid of. A lot of my work, if you scroll down, is all black and white, especially because of lettering adventures, my workbook where I teach one style of lettering a month, and I originally just got kind of pigeonholed into black and white for so long just because it was cheaper to print at that time. So it's just been nice to kind of break outside of my comfort zone and really just try to go for it with really bright, in-your-face colors. So I went ahead and I first redid my piece that was called Spaced Out. I completely redrew it. I went ahead and retraced it from my original drawing, made a lot of alterations, just making the line work a little bit more crisp, really thinking about the color scheme and how I wanted people to feel after they saw this piece. And I think the planets and the stars and all these additional elements that were created in the hair of this piece just were way more refined and a little bit more visible, where the older piece looked a little childish to me because I use like a thicker line stroke for the illustrations. So I don't know, I've just been really enjoying the process of going back to something I've already created to create it now. And the coolest part is I made this original illustration like probably like 5 or 6 months ago, and just seeing me redo it now, you can see the growth that I've made in just my skill set in just that short amount of time. So it's kind of a cool exercise, and it's making my grid on Instagram more pretty, so I like it. So this spaced out illustration I created because I've just been, I don't know if it's me getting older or what's going on, but I've been really enjoying just like kind of being in my own world for a while. It's not uncommon for me just like lay in bed, listen to like instrumental music or just piano music or violin, and just kind of close my eyes, not really sleeping, but more like daydreaming and just kind of like creating my own world and really just being whoever I want, and just kind of like really trying to break open my imagination a little bit. It's been really fun, and I think more people should do that. Just if you need a moment, some time to think about some stuff, or you just want an escape, you don't always have to go into a book or a TV. Sometimes you can just kind of hang out inside yourself, and you might be surprised at what you come up with, especially if you're some sort of creative and you're constantly trying to pull from your personal experiences in order to create art. Another piece that I made was initially an enamel pin concept design that I made like months ago, and it said meh vibes. Now it's really funny because when I first drew this, it had a completely different meaning than what I've given the meaning to it now. Originally it was more of like, oh, it's okay to feel dreary, and I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm just content. And it was just, I don't know, I thought it was a cool idea. But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, you need to beware of these meh vibes. Like when someone asks you, how are you? And your answer is meh, take a second and think about why you just answered that question with a sound. Like, too quickly in our lives, in our careers, personal relationships, do we find ourselves just being content, right? We're not happy, we're not sad, we're just content with our choices. And sometimes that's not a good thing. I think we need to take pause and figure out, why do I feel this way? Aside from all of the drawing that I've been doing in the past 2 weeks, there was also Thanksgiving. Gobble, 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 gobble. That was my turkey impression. Did you like it? Me too. So I went over, it was pretty chill Thanksgiving, went over to my friend Allison's house. Allison's the kind of person who is just such a sweetheart. She's like the best wife in the entire world. Even before her and her husband were married, she would make this entire turkey dinner, like all the fixins for someone who wasn't even there. Her husband now is always working. He works in retail, so having to deal with that Black Friday craze. So I used to keep her company as she made dinner, and also got free food, which is really nice. But this year was the first year that they've been married, and again, he had to miss out on Thanksgiving dinner to go into retail, but her brother was there to keep her company, and then me and Rick went over and enjoyed some of her food, and she's just like the best cook. She's like so good. She's such a little trooper, just chilling in her pajamas, making us a turkey. She's the best. I love you, Allison. Me and Rick went to IKEA, and IKEA is kind of like a journey. It's like 40 minutes away from where we live. It's right by the airport in Portland. But it's always nice to get out of the house, and Portland's freaking gorgeous. So I always enjoy the ride out there. So we go to IKEA, and the main thing that we were looking for was storage, because my office is not very big. It's just a, normal extra bedroom in our apartment in Beaverton, and we just desperately needed like cubbies or just something, because I just had all of my stuff just like scattered everywhere in my office, and I desperately needed to organize it. So we were looking at all different kinds of like cabinets and drawers and trying to figure it out, and then also trying to stay focused on what we needed to buy instead of all the things that you kind of want to buy. Like we had like way too much fun in the kids section. I was this close to like getting the most adorable oversized stuffed pencil, but then I was like, what am I gonna do with this? I don't know, like cuddle it? Like what am I gonna do with this pencil? So Rick was a total sweetheart, even though I was like swamped with just getting like deadlines done and figuring out my like class schedule for next semester, and just dealing with, I do a lot of coaching now and just making time for all my students, that he went ahead and he built this huge like cubby space all by himself. like super late at night. He hadn't eaten anything. He was just such a godsend. Like, I love you so much, Rick. And then we went ahead and just completely reorganized the office. We like moved around desks. We moved all of the artwork that was in our place. Just really trying to be very thoughtful about how we can make the space bigger and how we don't have any like random spots where we just start stacking and throwing garbage. Like, I really wanted my office to be garbage free. So I think it's so important just to make sure that whatever your goals are for the next year, especially now since we're almost into the next new year, is to think, what do I want to do with this space? And the main thing that I really want to accomplish this next year is I really just want to kick ass at making products. And I'm always going to be creating these lettering workbooks for lettering adventures, but I also want to make things like mugs and t-shirts and more posters and stickers and decals. And in order to create all these products, I need to have space to put these products. I can't just have all these products just like laying on tables and stuff because they're going to get damaged, and I don't want to send you guys damaged products. So let me go ahead and present to you my new office. As you can see, everything is much more organized. I have so much art where it's very hard to almost find a spot to put artwork. There's not a lot of white space, and I love that. I'm a really big fan of just like kind of like collage look in your office where it's just like tons of like pew 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 inspiration everywhere. In my little cubby area, we went ahead and bought a couple of drawers so that way I can go ahead and designate certain drawers for smaller products. I finally have somewhere to put all of my art supplies. Oh, it's so amazing. So on top of like I created 3 projects and I went ahead and completely redid my entire office, I also have very exciting news. You've probably guessed it if you've been following me on Instagram and all the things, but the You Got This postcards and stickers are now available. They're available to be in your home. It's pretty cool. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've already started to get orders in, and I'm actually going ahead and shipping out a ton of stickers and postcards today. A few people even signed up for me to write them a personalized pep talk on the back of their You Got This postcards, which is just really cool. The fact that you guys would want my advice, and it's just so nice. I just love it. So my next vlog is going to be really exciting because I'm going to teach you guys how to create your own chalkboard. So this is actually going to be a client project that I'm working on. It's for a perfume place here in downtown Portland. I almost said Fort Lauderdale. Dina, you do not live in Florida anymore. It's been like 5 years. But yeah, she went ahead and she dropped out the chalkboard the other day, and I'm actually going to show you my entire process creating this client project. Everything from thumbnails to creating rough sketches to actually installing the chalkboard. And I think you guys will really dig it. Thank you so much for watching today's vlog. I really appreciate your support. Please consider hitting that subscribe button if you've been enjoying my content and would like to hear more from me. All right, thank you guys for everything. See you later. Bye. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.